Dylan, the natural Cheema.
What's up, everybody? It's Justin from The Parlay, and we have an exceptional guest joining us today. He's 7-0 as a professional boxer with 2 knockouts. He's the Boxer Series champion, a former kickboxing world champion from Coventry, United Kingdom, Dylan, the natural Cheema. Dylan, how are you doing, my man? Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us.
Hey Justin, yeah, thanks for having me on. It's out in Turkey at the minute, just taking some time off away from the gym and from camp. It's been a busy 9 months for me, inside and outside of the gym. So it's just time to switch off and just relax and sort of reset the body before we go again at the end of the year. And yeah, thanks for having me on. It's it's been a long time coming, but it's a pleasure to be on the show.
Appreciate it. Now, you did mention it's been a crazy last couple months for you.
Yeah.
You've had quite a journey, beginning your professional boxing career. How has your life changed?
Oh, it's changed dramatically. I say it with a smile on my face because I've just enjoyed like every minute and every moment of it. Um, Obviously social media being the biggest thing of my life, of this sort of generation, it's sort of blew up really. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's all gone quite crazy for me. But do you know what? I've kept my feet on the ground, I've kept myself grounded, and the difference is that in the sport of boxing, you can't forget and you can't take away from the fact of the hard work still has to be put in the gym. I've still got to keep putting the hard work in the gym, no matter how big or how famous or how popular I might get.
So you mentioned that boxing is very big on self-promotion. I follow you on social media and you come across as very grounded. Where do you get that from?
I think I get that from my parents and my grandparents. Come from dad being Sikh background, so I still live with my grandparents. There's 11 of us in our household, so still a very big Asian family. So I think that's where it all comes from.
Let's start from the beginning. You actually started off as a kickboxer. What drew you to kickboxing?
It was my coach. So everyone knows him as a dancer. It was Uncle Baggy. He's my best friend from school. It's his dad. He was a kickboxing instructor for many years, and he said, "Come down and have a try down the gym." And I did. And you know what? I was probably 9 or 10 years old, and I just fell in love with kickboxing. And then I had my first fight not long after, and broke my nose. But from that day, I just loved it. I just had the buzz.
You actually move up the kickboxing ranks and eventually become world champ. Now,
Yes.
you would think you would stay in that lane, but you made the switch to boxing, traditional boxing. Why make that switch?
Do you know what? It was sort of like early 2019. I'd already accomplished and won one world title when I was 21, and I'd already beaten a former world champion as well. So to do that at such a young age, and to do it in such a fashion that I did it in, it was great. And I knew that there was only going to be big fights coming. So at the start of 2019, I sat down with my coach. So my coach sat down with me and said, "What's your plan? What do you want to do? How do you see yourself going forward?" And I said to them, I said, "Look, give me one more year of kickboxing. Let's just try and fight in as many big fights as we can. I don't care who the opponent is. Just give me the names and I'll fight them." So we did that. And at the end of the year, then I made the decision to switch over to boxing, and we started the transition. It's a bit of a longer process to move over to the boxing world from kickboxing because I don't have an amateur boxing background. So it took a little bit longer. COVID came in, and that really pushed it back literally 12 months. So it was a long time coming before I made my debut, but it was done. It happened, and it was something that I'd already planned for a long time, and we'd already brought in other professional boxers into training while I was in my kickboxing days as well.
Switching to traditional boxing, who are some professional boxers that you look up to or admire, try to emulate?
Obviously, you've got the guys at the very, very top. The likes of Canelo, Triple G, Shakur Stevenson. Those sort of current greats, if you want to call them that. They're the guys that I do look up to. But to be honest, there's 3 people that I really do look up to, and that's Uncle Baggy, Simon Akufa, and Rich Waller. They're the 3 guys you will see in my corner. They're the 3 guys I look up to. They're the 3 guys that I get my inspiration and my motivation from.
They call boxing the sweet science, right? Can you
Yeah.
explain to the people why boxing is a science per se?
it's a science because look, there's so many. If you enjoy boxing, so you know a lot of people enjoy sports, so they'll watch cricket with a fine tooth, they'll watch football with a fine tooth, and they can see those little intricacies, those little differences, those little 1 or 2% that make the greats, and we can see that, and a lot of boxing people can see that. It's a science because it's a game of chess. You know, we're playing a game of chess. You know, we're trying to outsmart our opponent, and we're trying to overcome what we're trying to guide them into do something that I want them to do, and then trying to react off what they're trying to do. So again, like I said, it comes back to that game of chess. So that this is the sweet science, and this is boxing.
Now, going back to your boxing career, you were the 2022 Boxers Series champ, which you won. Now, explain the feeling winning that in your hometown for the people all over that have seen you growing up through, your store that you have in Coventry and stuff like that. Just explain that feeling of winning at home.
I mean, it was crazy. It was ecstatic. You know, that was probably the night that's made my career. It's not defined my career. It's made my career and put me on the pedestal for sure. You know, I was the 16-1. So anyone who knows betting, I was pretty much the outsider to not win the tournament. And I overcame all the odds and knew that I had something inside me that the other fighters didn't have, and I had that bit extra. I knew I had the win in me, and you know, we got the win. Dug deep, got the win, and we're on it now. But I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the next generation coming up, because it's not just me that's in boxing. I'm not the only Punjabi Sikh boxer in boxing. There are loads of others as well, and there are many more now that are going to be joining through the ranks and that have embarked on that journey since watching me win that tournament. So it's not just about me, it's about providing for the next generation as well, and that's what I'm in boxing to do.
Dylan, you did mention you are Punjabi Sikh. So, in Canada, we have a massive Sikh population. I noticed, you go to the Gurdwara a lot on your social media. You have a khanda stitched on your trunks. Tell me how our religion has shaped you to become the person you are today.
Massively, if you look back at our ancestry and you look back at our Gurujis, they're warriors from the outset. They're warriors from the get-go. They've always fought for what they believed in and stood up for themselves, and that really emulates with us. I'm not talking about me. It's us. We're a community. We're all in this together. So we all do this together. So it started from back then. We are warriors. I carry sing in my name. We're lions. I said it multiple times on the night. We are lions. We are here for a reason.
So I mentioned Canada. Do you ever see yourself fighting in Canada in the future?
Potentially. Do you know what? I've had a lot of requests to come over to Canada. We've got 2 boxers that I know of. No, I'm sure there's many more. We've got Sukdeep and we've got Beneat Bisler as well. So 2 boxers over in Canada that are doing some fantastic wonders as well, and really shaping the sport of boxing in Canada for up and as well. So that's great. I do want to come over there. I think it's plan a trip, get some training in, and definitely try and set up a fight. Definitely, it's gotta happen at some point in the future for sure.
You're definitely going to get some fans in Canada after this interview. I can guarantee you that. What do the next 5 years look like for Dylan Cheema?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna be a world champion. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna do that. For me, it's all about taking a fight by fight. But over the next 5 years, I'd love to be a British champion. So that's the national title for the UK, to become British champion. That's a massive feat. It's a massive title to win, and then I want to look on to winning European and world honours as well. At the end of the 5 years, I would like to sit here and say, and come back on the show and say, I'm here as a world champion now. That's the dream, that's the goal, that's the vision. What me and the team are working towards.
When that does happen, I want the first interview, Dylan. Just saying, man.
100%. You've got it. It's live now. It's live and recorded.
Dylan, I want to thank you for your time, taking time out of your vacation in Turkey. Enjoy the rest of your vacation. Much more success, putting on for our community and doing what you do best. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.